Okay, let's jump in. Fast food. I mean, we all know it, right? Burgers, fries, pizza, tacos. We've probably all grabbed something like that. It's just everywhere in modern life.
Absolutely. It's kind of amazing how this idea of, quick food has spread globally, how it changes.
Exactly. And that's really what we want to dig into in this deep dive. We're going to use some source material to get a handle on the essentials of fast food, like what it is, the words we use, ordering, how it looks different around the world, and the good and the bad.
Yeah, moving past just, eating it to understanding the why and how behind it, connecting some dots, hopefully giving you a richer view.
You got it. So even if you think you know fast food inside out, stick with us. We might have a few surprises. Let's start right at the beginning. What actually is fast food?
Well, fundamentally, based on what we've looked at, it boils down to speed.
Yeah.
Speed of making it, speed of eating it. It's food from places designed for, quick service.
Okay.
So your classic examples, right? McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell, Subway. They really embody that model.
All right, those big names, they definitely scream efficiency. And what makes something qualify? What are the key ingredients, so to speak?
The sources point to a few main things. It's usually cheap, or at least affordable. It's super convenient, like easy to find, easy to get, and it's ready almost instantly.
Oh, that ready-to-go part.
Exactly. That immediate satisfaction is, a huge part of why it's so popular.
Okay, so that's the what. Now let's talk language. If you're ordering or just talking about it, there's some specific vocabulary. What are the must-know terms?
Yeah, the material highlights some key ones. First up, burger. Simple enough a sandwich, usually beef.
Right.
Then fries, which is short for French fries, obviously. But interestingly, they're called chips in the UK.
Oh yeah, good point. Chips. Always confuses someone. What else?
Combo. That's a big one. It means like a combination meal. You get the main things, say a burger plus fries and a drink, usually for one price.
A meal deal, basically.
Exactly. And for the drink, soda is the common term in the US for, Coke, Pepsi, that kind of sweet, fizzy drink.
Gotcha. And what about how you actually get the food?
Two key phrases there. If you're taking it away, not eating in the restaurant, you ask for it to go.
Okay.
And then there's the drive-through, that lane where you order and pick up without leaving your car. Super common.
Definitely convenient. Okay, those are the basics. Now, the sources had an example order. Let's not walk through it word for word, but what are some of those typical phrases you'd hear from both sides?
Sure. So you walk up or pull up, and the cashier will probably say something like, "Hi there, can I take your order?" Pretty standard.
Yep.
As the customer, you'd say, "Yes, I'll have it," and list your items. Maybe a double cheeseburger, a medium fries, and a large soda, please. Politeness helps.
Always. And they often try to upsell, right?
Right. So you might hear, "Would you like to make it a combo?" And if you're not sure what's in it, you could ask, "Oh, what comes with the combo?"
Good question to ask.
Definitely. And then they'll almost always ask, "Is that for here or to go?"
Using that vocabulary we just mentioned.
Exactly. And finally, they'll give you the total and maybe say, "All right, that's $8.75. Please pull up to the next window." Or something similar. Those phrases are really the core of most interactions.
That paints a really clear picture.
Yeah.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Fast food isn't just an American thing or a UK thing. It's global. But it doesn't look the same everywhere, does it?
Not at all. That's one of the most interesting parts, I think. The core idea of quick, convenient food is universal now, but the food itself, hugely varied. The source material gives some great examples.
Ooh, like what are some surprising twists?
Well, think about Japan. They have rice burgers. Instead of a bun, it's like packed rice patties.
Wow, okay, that's different.
Right, or
Yep.
India, big vegetarian population, so you see fast food options with paneer, which is an Indian cheese, or things flavored with spicy masala, really vibrant flavors.
Makes sense, adapting to local tastes.
Exactly. And in Mexico, you've got tacos and tortas everywhere. They're inherently quick, easy street food that fits that fast food niche perfectly, even if it's not a global chain.
That's a great point. It's the concept that travels, not just the specific brands sometimes. But what about when those big chains like McDonald or KFC do go into these places? Do they just sell the exact same stuff?
Generally no, and that's where it gets really fascinating. They often tweak their menus, sometimes quite a lot, to appeal to local preferences. The sources had some cool examples of this.
Yeah. Give us one or two.
Okay, so South Korea. You might find a kimchi burger on the menu. Kimchi, the fermented cabbage, is huge there, so they incorporate it.
A kimchi burger. I'd try that.
Me too. Or Italy. Apparently McDonald's there sometimes offers mozzarella sticks. Tapping into that love for Italian cheese.
Mozzarella sticks at McDonald's. It shows how flexible these huge companies have to be, doesn't it?
It really does. It's a business necessity, but also a cool example of like cultural blending through food.
Definitely more complex than just assuming it's the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this global phenomenon. It's convenient, it's adapting. But this leads us to the big question, health. The sources talked about the good and the bad, right?
Yeah. Yes, this is a really important aspect, the balancing act. On the plus side, as we've said, it's quick and it's often inexpensive. That's a genuine benefit for people short on time or money.
Sure, undeniable advantages there. But the downsides, what did the sources focus on?
The main concern, especially if you eat it a lot, is nutrition. The material points out that fast food often tends to be high in salt, sugar, and unhealthy types of fat.
Right, the stuff we're often told to limit.
Exactly. So the key takeaway there is moderation. Fine sometimes, maybe not every day, common sense, really.
Makes sense. But it's not all bad news on that front, is it? The industry is changing a bit too.
It is, yeah. There's definitely more awareness now from consumers demanding healthier options. And chains are responding. The sources mention things like more salads being available, grilled chicken instead of fried, low-calorie meal options being advertised.
So there's a push for more balance within the menus themselves.
Exactly. And the material even suggested small swaps, like if you really want that burger, maybe get water instead of a soda. Small changes can add up.
Right. It's about being mindful, even when you're grabbing something quick. Okay, wow, we've actually covered a lot of ground.
We have. From the basic definition in words to ordering, the global scene, and the health side of things.
A real whirlwind tour based on the source material.
Yeah.
And speaking of practical stuff, the sources actually had a little challenge for you, the listener.
Ah, yes, a way to put some of this into practice.
So here it is. Next time you're near a fast food place, maybe give ordering in English a try. Just a simple phrase, like the one suggested. Hi, I'd like a burger, fries, and a soda. For here, please.
It's a great low-pressure way to just try out the language we talked about. Build a little confidence.
Yeah. And the source even suggested if you're feeling brave, send us a voice message or write down your practice order. We'd actually love to hear it.
Yeah, that would be fun. See the learning in action.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive on fast food, maybe something to think about. How does fast food fit into your life? How do you see those cultural factors or health things playing out around you? And with menus always changing, where do you think it's all heading?
Definitely some food for thought.